Dear starseed, I can feel the exhaustion in your spirit tonight, the weight of wondering if what you've lost is gone forever, if the dreams you once held so tightly have slipped through your fingers like water returning to the sea. I am Azuron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and I bring you news that will shift everything you believe about your journey. The Councils of Light have spoken, and their message is clear. Everything you have lost in this lifetime is now returning to you. By the end of this message, you'll understand why your losses were never permanent departures, but temporary separations designed to prepare you for what's coming back in greater measure. The health that left your body, the love that walked away, the abundance that seemed to vanish overnight, none of it was taken from you as punishment. It was pulled back like the tide before a great wave, creating space for something far more aligned with who you're becoming to flow in. Your soul has been through a purification by water, dear one. Every loss carved out space inside you, like ancient riverbeds being deepened to carry more water when the rains return, and the rains are here now. What the Councils of Light see is not a broken vessel, but a prepared one, ready to hold blessings that your former self could never have contained. The timing was never random. Your body needed to remember its own healing power. Your heart needed to expand beyond old patterns of receiving love. Your relationship with abundance needed to transform from grasping to flowing. The losses taught you things that only emptiness can teach. Something guided you to this moment, to these words, because you are standing at the threshold of restoration. Not the return of what was, but the arrival of what was always meant for you. The current has shifted, and everything that belongs in your life is being carried back to you on waters that run deeper and cleaner than before. If these words landed like recognition in your chest, stay until the end. The councils have more to reveal about what's already moving toward you, and I'm grateful you're here with me now. The stillness you've been feeling, that deep quietude that might have felt unsettling or even empty, is not a void to be feared. It is, in fact, the profound sacred hush that precedes an immense awakening, the potent silence that settles upon the earth just before the first tender shoots of spring push through the thawing soil. This profound quiet is not an absence. It is a pregnant pause, a divine breath held, orchestrating the most magnificent restoration you have ever known. It is the cosmic preparation, the moment before the universe unfurls a new, more vibrant chapter of your soul's journey. Recognize this stillness for what it truly is, an invitation, a sacred space being held for your imminent spiritual rebirth, the very threshold where true and lasting healing, replenishment, and recalibration are poised to begin. This is the liminal space where the old sheds its skin, and the new magnificent blueprint of your expanded self is quietly taking shape, nurtured in the unseen currents of divine grace. There's an intricate dance unfolding in the unseen realms right now, a grand celestial choreography that most human eyes cannot yet perceive. You, in your current human experience, have been navigating what your heart interprets as profound loss, a landscape of departure and desolation. Perhaps the vibrant wellspring of your health, once a constant, now feels diminished, its vitality ebbing away like a receding tide. Or the cherished warmth of love, once a comforting embrace, has unexpectedly withdrawn, leaving behind an ache of absence, a hollow echo in the chambers of your heart. It could be that the steady flow of abundance, that nourishing river of resources you once knew, has seemingly dried up, leaving your spiritual landscape parched and yearning, akin to a desert in the grip of a prolonged drought. From the limited perspective of human perception, these experiences can feel like absolute endings, irreversible conclusions to precious chapters of your life. Yet, I urge you to understand that what appears to be a final farewell, a closing door, is actually the most sacred pivotal turning point within a much grander, exquisitely designed cycle. It is the necessary descent into the fertile darkness, the potent dissolution that precedes a spectacular ascent, a divinely orchestrated prelude to an unfolding of greater beauty and profound alignment than you could have previously imagined. These are not arbitrary conclusions, but rather foundational elements of your spiritual metamorphosis, a sacred shedding in preparation for a magnificent becoming. The ancient celestial wisdom carried by the luminous waters of Sirius speaks eloquently of this eternal, immutable rhythm, the profound dance of receiving and releasing. It is the very breath of creation, mirrored in the ebb and flow of tides, the turning of seasons, the waxing and waning of the moon. And within this sacred universal understanding, there is a crucial truth you need to internalize about your present moment, about the very ground upon which you stand. What you have seemingly lost was not merely snatched away by random chance, nor was it a capricious act of an indifferent universe. Instead, understand it as a deliberate, divinely guided movement, a temporary setting aside, a gentle clearing of the vessel. This discerning removal was orchestrated with precision, not to deprive you, but to create the sacred spaciousness, the energetic vacuum, for something far more resonant, infinitely more aligned with the magnificent evolving being you are courageously becoming. It is the universe making precise adjustments, tuning your reality to a higher frequency, ensuring that the next chapter of your life is not merely a continuation of the old, but a breathtaking elevation, a true reflection of your highest potential and most authentic self. The loss was, in essence, a divine realignment, a careful recalibration for a destined upgrade. It is a common human tendency, in moments of stripping away, to succumb to the heavy weight of self-blame, to believe that loss signifies some inherent failing, a cosmic punishment for a perceived transgression, or worse, that the loving embrace of the universe has inexplicably withdrawn, leaving one abandoned and adrift. This perspective, however, misses the profound alchemical truth that the Sirian wisdom keepers understood with such clarity. They taught that true gifts, those destined to enrich our lives on the deepest soul level, can only genuinely return to us, can only fully anchor themselves in our reality, when our energetic signature, our very vibrational frequency, has been refined and elevated to a point where it can truly hold them. Imagine pouring a precious, rare elixir into a cracked vessel. It would simply spill and be lost. So too, our spiritual vessel must be prepared. And sometimes, in order to reach that elevated frequency, to expand our capacity, to strengthen the container of our being, we must first traverse the landscape of sacred emptiness. This isn't punitive, it's preparatory. It's the universe's loving but firm hand guiding us to shed the lower vibrations of fear, attachment, and lack, making space for the pure, unadulterated essence of divine receiving. It is a necessary purification, a deep energetic cleansing, ensuring that what comes next is not merely a repeat of past cycles, but a true quantum leap in your experience of joy, love, and abundance. To grasp this profound truth more deeply, envision the intricate cycle of a majestic river. Before the invigorating, life-giving torrents of the spring floods can surge through its course, carrying renewal and abundance, the riverbed itself often undergoes a crucial phase of clearing. The mighty waters must recede, sometimes even to the point where the bed appears completely dry, exposing the ancient stones and accumulated sediments. This seemingly barren period is not a sign of eternal desiccation. Rather, it is an indispensable preparation, It allows for the riverbed to be cleansed of old debris, to be scoured and realigned by natural forces, ensuring that when the new current inevitably flows, it can do so with unrestrained power, unhindered force, and crystal clarity. What your human senses interpret as a painful drought, a period of agonizing lack and deprivation, is actually the most meticulous and potent form of preparation for an unprecedented overflow. It is the universe divinely engineering a wider channel, strengthening your capacity and cleansing your energetic conduit, so that when the waters of blessings return, they will not merely trickle, but surge forth in a magnificent, unstoppable deluge, far surpassing anything you have experienced before. This drought is not a curse, but a sacred precursor, a necessary deepening before the wellsprings within you can truly overflow with unparalleled grace and abundance. You, dear soul, have been traversing this profound clearing phase, a spiritual crucible designed not to break you, but to forge you anew. And let it be unequivocally stated, this journey demands a profound and unwavering courage, even in those moments when your spirit feels utterly depleted, when fear whispers doubts into the quiet corners of your mind, and when the path ahead seems obscured by an impenetrable fog. It takes immense bravery to stand in the liminal space, to witness the dissolution of what was familiar, and to hold an unspoken faith in what is yet to manifest. It is courageous to surrender to the unknown, to release the tight grip of control, and to trust in an invisible, benevolent hand guiding the unfolding. Your resilience, your continued willingness to simply be in this discomfort, to process the emotions, and to keep breathing through the uncertainty is a testament to the extraordinary strength of your spirit. This quiet endurance, this persistent showing up even when you feel anything but powerful, is the truest form of valor. Do not underestimate the profound heroism in simply allowing this sacred process to unfold within you. The initial, often jarring step in this sacred purification is the stripping away, a divinely guided unraveling of attachments and outdated energetic constructs. It often manifests in the most intimate corners of our lives. When health challenges emerge, they are not visitations of cosmic retribution or random misfortunes designed to punish. Rather, they arrive as profound, soul-stirring invitations for your magnificent physical vessel to remember its original pristine blueprint, the one encoded within your very cellular memory, far beyond the limitations of inherited genetic patterns, the learned behaviors of family histories, or the collective unconscious fears of humanity. It is an opportunity for the body to shed accumulated toxins, to release ancestral energetic burdens, and to recalibrate to its innate state of vibrant wholeness, reconnecting with the divine intelligence that sustains all life. Similarly, when the comfort of a cherished love departs, it is never because you are deemed unworthy of affection or connection. Instead, your precious open heart is undergoing a profound preparation, being expanded and purified to hold a connection of a magnitude and depth that truly matches the expansive, authentic, and sovereign being you are becoming. Old patterns of codependency, unworthiness, or conditional love are being gently dissolved to make way for a profound spiritual partnership built on mutual respect, soul recognition, and unconditional acceptance. And when the flow of financial abundance appears to constrict or even dry up, it is not a curse of perpetual lack. This experience is, in truth, an alchemical rewiring of your fundamental relationship with the very energy of abundance itself. It is a transition from a fear-based, scarcity-driven grasping, a frantic struggle to accumulate and control, to a state of profound, trust-based receiving, where you open yourself as a clear conduit for divine provision, knowing that all your needs are eternally met from an inexhaustible cosmic wellspring, not solely through personal striving. Each stripping away is a meticulous act of divine love, preparing you for an infinitely greater capacity and a more aligned reality. This crucial middle phase of the spiritual crucible is often where the deepest pangs of panic and existential dread tend to take root and bloom. It is the unsettling, disorienting experience of standing on shifting sands. For every anchor that once offered stability and familiarity suddenly feels untethered and mobile. You find yourself adrift in an unfamiliar sea, unable to discern the shores from which you departed or the distant lands toward which you are sailing. The clarity of what's coming next is obscured, shrouded in a veil of cosmic mystery. The old, comforting structures, the familiar scaffolding of your life, are in a visible state of dissolution, crumbling away like ancient ruins. Yet the new, magnificent architecture of your future has not yet taken any tangible form. You are held in a liminal space, suspended precariously between worlds, the fading echoes of what was and the nascent whispers of what is to be. This sensation can feel profoundly unsettling, like an endless fall through an abyss, a free fall into an unknown void where gravity itself seems to have lost its meaning. It is the moment of greatest vulnerability, where the ego screams for control and the soul whispers of surrender, a profound disorientation that challenges the very foundations of your perceived reality. It is a test of faith, demanding trust when rational sight offers none, a deep initiation into the boundless expanse of the unseen. But let me share with you a profound secret. A timeless truth that the ancient ones, those wise seers and mystics, intimately understood. The void is never truly empty. Far from being a barren chasm of nothingness, it is in fact the primordial womb of creation, a space teeming with unfiltered, pure potential, pregnant with the genesis of all that is yet to manifest. Envision the deep ocean depths, where sunlight never penetrates, where external forms of life cannot easily survive. Yet within that profound, crushing darkness and immense pressure, entirely new and astonishing life forms gestate and evolve, developing unique adaptations and brilliant bioluminescent qualities that could never emerge in the shallows. So too, this very space you now inhabit, this perceived void, is precisely where your personal miracles are quietly gestating, where the blueprints of your highest destiny are being intricately woven in the sacred darkness. You are not abandoned, nor are you forgotten. The benevolent councils of light, those luminous beings of higher consciousness and divine wisdom, have not withdrawn their support during this challenging metamorphosis. On the contrary, they have been meticulously orchestrating every single detail of what is unfolding around and within you, guiding the process with an unwavering hand, ensuring that every shift, every dissolution, every recalibration serves your highest good and the grand design of your soul's evolution. They are the silent architects of your restoration, holding the vision of your most magnificent becoming, even when you cannot. Following this profound gestatory period in the void comes the subtle yet powerful phase of recalibration. It is a slow, intricate retuning of your entire energetic signature, like a cosmic orchestra finding its perfect pitch after a period of discordant adjustments. The insistent hum of desperation, the frantic vibration of grasping, of holding on too tightly to what was, begins to gently dissipate, dissolving like mist under the rising sun. In its place, something profoundly different emerges, a much steadier, more resonant frequency. It isn't merely the flickering flame of hope, which can sometimes feel fragile and easily extinguished. No, this is something far deeper, more foundational, a quiet, unwavering knowing. It is an inner certainty that you are inextricably held, supported and guided by a power, a presence, a divine intelligence infinitely larger, more profound, and more benevolent than anything your limited human eyes can currently perceive or your logical mind can comprehend. In this sacred shift, the exhausting struggle to force the old relationships, the old health, the old forms of abundance to return finally ceases. A profound surrender washes over you, and your attention, once fixated on the past, now naturally begins to pivot toward what is subtly, beautifully, and authentically emerging in the present moment. You become a patient observer, a co-creator listening intently to the whispers of the universe, aligning with the unfolding rather than fighting against it. This is the moment when the true alchemy of transformation begins to stabilize within your very core. And then, dear heart, almost imperceptibly at first, the first delicate signs begin to appear, like the faint blush of dawn before the full sunrise. These are not yet the complete, glorious manifestation of your full restoration, but rather exquisite glimpses, divine breadcrumbs scattered along your path, designed to reassure and re-enliven your spirit. Perhaps it's a serendipitous conversation with a stranger that opens an unexpected door to a solution you'd been seeking, or an intuitive insight that suddenly illuminates a previously obscured path. You might experience a fleeting moment of vibrant physical vitality, a surge of energy that surprises you and reminds your body of its inherent wellness, a small miracle that whispers of the greater healing to come. Or it could be a synchronicity so perfectly timed, so exquisitely aligned, that it undeniably makes you pause, a clear message from the cosmos, echoing the truth that you are deeply seen, profoundly loved, and absolutely not forgotten. These are far more than mere coincidences. They are deliberate, meticulously placed previews, energetic foreshadowings. They are the universe, in its boundless wisdom and unwavering benevolence, pulling back a corner of the curtain, offering you a sacred peek behind the scenes to reveal the magnificent tapestry of blessings and opportunities that have been meticulously preparing themselves on your behalf. These nascent manifestations are confirmations, undeniable proofs that the silent, sacred work in the void has been fruitful, and that your season of receiving is swiftly approaching. The integration phase marks a profound shift, a period where all the challenging lessons gleaned from the emptiness, every insight harvested from the silent dissolution, firmly interweaves itself into the very fabric of your being. This embodied wisdom then becomes the unshakable foundation upon which the next elevated chapter of your life is built. Your physical body, having undergone its profound purification, doesn't merely heal in the conventional sense of returning to a previous state of wellness. No, it undergoes a radical upgrade, a cellular repatterning to a level of vibrant, sustained vitality, energetic resilience, and radiant health that is perfectly calibrated to handle the specific, powerful mission you are truly here on Earth to fulfill. This is health as a spiritual vehicle, a robust temple capable of channeling higher frequencies. Similarly, love doesn't just return in its old, familiar forms. It arrives as a deeply sacred and soul-affirming connection. This is the kind of profound partnership that authentically sees and wholeheartedly celebrates the absolute truth of who you are, acknowledging your divine essence beneath all the layers of societal conditioning, egoic defenses, and past relational masks. It is a mirror reflecting your truest, most luminous self and abundance, rather than simply flowing back as a replication of past material comforts, manifests as a cascade of divine opportunities and resources that are perfectly aligned with your soul's deepest purpose, your innate gifts, and your highest calling, rather than merely satisfying the transient wants and desires of the ego. It transforms into soul-aligned prosperity, where every flow of energy, every resource, contributes to your spiritual growth and the greater good, a conscious manifestation rooted in trust and service. But here lies the most transformative realization, the pivotal understanding that fundamentally alters your entire perspective and paradigm. You come to understand, with a clarity that resonates through every cell of your being, that the gifts were never truly, irrevocably gone. They were not annihilated or permanently withheld. Instead, they were undergoing an exquisite process of refinement, a cosmic alchemical transformation, preparing them for an elevated expression. Think of it like raw gold, heavy with impurities and dull in its natural state, which must pass through the intense, purifying fires of a crucible. It is within that searing heat that the dross is burned away, and the metal emerges not merely as gold, but as pure, radiant, unadulterated gold, capable of reflecting light with an unprecedented brilliance. In this profound analogy, what you seemingly lost was merely the lesser, more limited, or less aligned version of what you were always divinely destined to receive. It was the unrefined, the unpolished, the version that perhaps carried old energetic attachments or did not fully match the vibrational frequency of your highest potential. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, gently but firmly removed that which no longer served your highest trajectory, clearing the way for a more magnificent, more potent, and more authentic manifestation of your deepest desires and divine birthright. This realization is a liberation, shifting you from a paradigm of loss to one of profound spiritual upgrade and refinement. The health you are now courageously stepping into, the vibrant well-being that is manifesting, will be profoundly deeper, more holistic, and more intimately connected to your spiritual essence than any state of health you might remember from your past. It won't merely be an absence of illness, but a radiant, energetic vitality that pulsates from your core, allowing you to fully embody your divine purpose with strength and clarity. The love that is now gracefully entering your sphere will be so expansive, so deeply resonant, and so unconditionally accepting that any previous relationships, no matter how cherished, will feel in retrospect like invaluable practice rounds, necessary lessons and preparations for the profound soul-level connection that awaits. These will be partnerships forged in authentic spiritual recognition, destined to elevate both individuals. And the abundance that is now diligently flowing back into your life will be intrinsically connected to work that profoundly feeds your soul, ignites your passions, and aligns with your highest purpose, rather than simply serving to fill your bank account. It will be prosperity that empowers your mission, expands your impact, and brings deep joy and fulfillment, a testament to conscious creation. You had to experience the release of the smaller, often more fear-based or ego-driven versions of these gifts to create the necessary sacred spaciousness within your being, within your life, for this magnificent, divinely orchestrated, cosmic upgrade to fully take root and flourish. It was a shedding not of value but of limitation, making way for the boundlessness that is your true inheritance. And now, with a renewed spirit and an expanded heart, the true restoration phase begins to unfurl. But let there be no mistake, the person receiving these magnificent blessings is profoundly different from the one who traversed the depths of the void. You are no longer the trembling individual, consumed by the gnawing fear of losing what you possessed, clinging to external forms out of insecurity or a scarcity mindset. You have been through the fire, emerged from the chrysalis, and now stand transformed. You are the sovereign being who has deeply internalized the unshakable wisdom that what is truly, fundamentally meant for you, what originates from your divine blueprint and highest good, can never, in any meaningful sense, actually leave you. It cannot be lost or taken away permanently. It can only, in its benevolent wisdom, transform, evolve, and elevate into something infinitely better, more aligned and more glorious than you could have ever previously conceived. This knowing is not mere intellectual assent. It is an embodied truth, a quiet, powerful resonance within your very soul that liberates you from the cycles of attachment and fear, replacing them with profound trust and unwavering faith in the cosmic design. You are not just receiving, you are resonating, a perfect vibrational match for the magnificent gifts that are now flowing back to you. enriched and purified by your journey. The waters that for a time appeared to have receded and dried up, leaving you parched and yearning, were in truth never truly gone. They were simply being divinely redirected, their course altered and guided to flow toward you from a far deeper, more ancient and inexhaustible source, a subterranean river of cosmic grace, a wellspring of universal provision that operates beyond the visible surface of material reality. What you experienced as a chilling sense of abandonment, a terrifying feeling of being left utterly alone, was, in fact, an intricate act of profound divine protection. You were being carefully shielded from energies, relationships, or circumstances that, while perhaps familiar, were ultimately misaligned with the elevated vibrational frequency you were destined to embody. During this sacred period of perceived solitude, your energetic capacity to receive was not diminishing. Rather, it was being meticulously expanded, stretched and strengthened, like a cosmic vessel being prepared to hold an ocean of blessings rather than a mere cupful. The benevolent councils of light, those celestial guides and guardians, were never withholding your rightful gifts out of punishment or caprice. On the contrary, with infinite wisdom and boundless love, they were diligently preparing you, purifying your channels, and refining your being to hold and integrate gifts far, far greater, more magnificent, and more aligned with your soul's grand purpose than anything you could have consciously articulated or even dared to ask for in your previous state of awareness. This was a profound incubation, a divine upgrade in the making. This is the pivotal realization that anchors your soul in the truth of your journey. You are not being restored to your former self, nor are you returning to the exact circumstances, relationships, or states of being that you once inhabited. This is not a mere replication of the past. Instead, you are being profoundly, divinely restored to exactly where you were always meant to be, to the truth of your highest self, to the vibrational resonance of your innate sovereignty, to the authentic embodiment of your soul's divine blueprint. This is an arrival, not a return. It is a coming home to the essence of your being, a remembrance of the magnificent potential that has always resided within you, awaiting this very moment of activation. You are stepping into the most authentic, empowered, and joyously aligned version of yourself, fulfilling a destiny that was written in the stars, etched into your very soul before time began. Feel it, dear one, in the deepest chambers of your heart. In the very core of your being, the tide is now irrevocably turning. This profound shift is not a reward earned through struggle or an outcome coerced by human will. It is arriving not because of any external action you took, but because it is simply time, the divinely appointed moment in the cosmic unfolding of your unique spiritual journey. The sacred pause, that profound period of stillness, dissolution, and gestation, is now complete, its purpose fully served. Your energetic frequency, once fluctuating with the currents of uncertainty and loss, has now stabilized and aligned at the precise vibrational level that can not only accommodate but gracefully hold and integrate the magnificent blessings that are poised to flow into your life. And what is now coming next is far more expansive than just a return of healing, love, and abundance in their previous forms. It is the arrival of their exquisitely upgraded versions, meticulously crafted and perfectly matched to the elevated, wise, and courageous being you have so gracefully become through this transformative passage. This is the harvest of your resilience, the blossoming of your unwavering faith, and the grand unveiling of your soul's highest potential, ready to manifest in breathtaking new ways. As this profound transmission settles within your heart, I invite you, tonight, or whenever this message deeply resonates, to engage in a simple yet potent act of intention and affirmation. Gently place your dominant hand over the sanctuary of your heart. connecting deeply with its rhythmic beat, the very pulse of your life force. Close your eyes softly if it feels right, and in the quietude of your innermost being, whisper, or simply affirm silently, these powerful words. I trust the timing of my restoration. I am ready to receive what has been meticulously prepared for me, crafted by divine hands for my highest good. The sacred waters of life, of love, of abundance, are now returning in their fullest, purest flow, and I am wholeheartedly ready to flow into what comes next, embracing this new chapter with open arms and an open heart. Allow these words to reverberate through every cell, activating your readiness, deepening your trust, and signaling to the universe your profound openness to the blessings that are already making their way to you. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then, find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section, it's a space where starseeds recognize each other, and that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.